I'm Simon, and here we are back from lockdown. We haven't reviewed cars probably for about 3 months now, but we're back with a bang with the new offering from Mazda. It's the new MX-30. So, the MX-30, one of the first things, the most innovative things you'll notice about it are the doors. So, the rear doors open from the back, and that's reminiscent of the old Mazda RX-8 and allows you to get into the back seats quite comfortably. And the other thing I really like about this is you've got some buttons on the back that will move the seat backwards and forwards. So, whilst I might not be the biggest of adults, it's quite easy to get back in here comfortably. And the other important thing about this, and as most of these are going to be bought as second cars, it's very easy to get a car seat in here or children in here. And once the door's shut, there's no need for any safety procedures or any safety locks, because the children can't open the doors from here. So what you have here is a floating center console with no handbrake. You've got an electronic handbrake, and this is one Marmite thing about this car, and really truly you are going to love it or hate it, and that's this cork interior, which is a throwback. Some of you may not know, but Mazda used to manufacture cork, and so this is a throwback to Mazda heritage here. I have to confess, it's not something I particularly like, although having had the car now for a couple of hours, it is something that's growing on me. However, I can't help but thinking perhaps all of those screw top bottles of wine are just a reason. Maybe this is just something that's left over from that. Down here, under the console, we have some storage for phones, etc., and a couple of USB ports. And this is quite a nice touch. Actually, a 230 volt supply, which would be very useful if you're camping or picnicking. Other controls on the center console. This is good. This is a second screen just for your air conditioning and your heating control, which means that you still have, if you move up here, you've still got your infotainment system on a separate system, and much like your Audis, your BMWs and Mercedes, it's got a center control here, which operates a little like a mouse. And whilst this is not innovative in any way, it is quite familiar and quite a good way of doing it, so you don't take your eyes off the road, etc. And this is a good touch. So this is the forward-facing camera, and what it does here is gives you a full view of the overhead of the car, and it does the same if you put it into reverse. So you're not going to hit any posts or anything with this one. So this car is much lighter because it only has a 35.5 kilowatt battery in it. It's much lighter than most other electric cars, which means that it's quite nimble as we throw it around, and it does feel quite sporty, which I guess is from the stable of the MX-5, which is one of the most popular cars that Mazda sell. The first things you'll notice as you take off in this car is it's not silent like every other electric car that you drive, unless you're driving the Porsche Taycan with the optional noise, of course, which is considerably more expensive than this car. But this has some kind of feedback. So if you listen carefully, you can hear the sound being piped in, which is quite subtle, but it's good that you can get that kind of feedback. So that feeling of speed, that feeling of putting your foot down, and that feedback is is really reminiscent of a petrol engine, but something that's missing from these the lower spec electric car. The seats in this are part leather, and they're quite stylish, and certainly they're very comfortable. They feel like they're hugging you, so quite sporty. Whilst some cars, in fact a lot of more upmarket electric cars will have the full glass roof, this doesn't. However, what it does have is a sunroof. So another good feature on this is the flappy paddles. So normally reserved for your Lamborghinis and your Porsche Macans, this has flappy paddles on it, which have got a couple of settings. So as you push it up, what it does is it gives you more acceleration, but what the minus does is gives you more regenerative braking. Now that's perfect for me, because my wife hates the whole one pedal driving, and being able to switch between how much regenerative braking, either while you're driving or as a standard setting, is a really nice touch. Nothing too innovative about the dashboard. We've got the speed here, as well as being up on the head-up display. But this is quite a good touch. What it does is it highlights the speed limit in red. So here you can see it's 60, and we're doing a law-abiding 59 miles an hour.
Yeah, speak.
Okay, so this has a really useful head-up display, and if you can see from the camera, hopefully you can see it. It not only shows you the speed that you're going, it also shows the speed limit, and to the right you've got the cruise control speed as well. The range on this at 124 miles is a lot less than most of the competitors. However, if it's a second car, you're probably unlikely to need more than that. There is a planned second generation of the MX-30, which will include a small petrol engine as a range extender, and that will make this car a lot more practical and a lot more usable. The Mazda MX-30, priced from 25,000, is a really good start into the market for Mazda.